Python inheritance. So we have several types of OOPS principles. One of the principle is OOPS inheritance, simply inheritance. What is inheritance means? The process of accessing the properties from one class into another class is called as inheritance. From one class into another class, accessing the properties called as inheritance. So in Python classes, using the class keyword, we are creating like this. So every class internally inheriting from object class, parent class object. So now this class is inheriting from another child class. So this is acting like a parent class. This is like a child class. So all the parent class properties inheriting by this sample to child class, guys. So next, we can create object for the child class. So using this object, we can accessing parent class properties also. So using the child class object, we can accessing both child class properties and also parent class related properties. So these properties and these properties all together we can access. So I explained some programs also. If I'm creating object for the parent class, using the parent class object, we can accessing only parent class properties, but not the child class properties. These we are unable to accessing, only we are able to accessing these things. This is about the general inheritance. Okay. So when coming to the inheritance, we have different types of inheritance, guys. So one is a single level, next multi-level, multiple, hierarchical, hybrid, like that. In last session, we discussed with these two things, completed these two things, single and multi-level. Okay, no? So single level inheritance means from one parent into one child, guys. So only one level, parent into child. So only one level inheriting. This is called a single level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance means at least one intermediate class required. So A class into B and B class into C, C into D, like that inheriting. At least one intermediate level class required. So here, when working with A and B related case, combination of A and B, so B here A is a parent, B is a child, and when working with B and C, so B is acting like a parent, C is a child. So it means this B sometimes acting like a parent class, sometimes acting like a child class, depending on the communication guys, requirements. Okay, so here the process of accessing the one base class properties into one derived class and from that derived class into another derived class is called as multi-level inheritance. Or else you can also say it like definition. The process of accessing the properties from one derived class into another derived class. Okay. So one derived class accessing the properties from another derived class. So this is a derived class means it is inheriting from another base class. Okay, like that also we can tell it answer definition related. So for this also explain the programs as the last session. So now next one what is there? Multiple inheritance is there and hierarchical hybrid. These things now today we'll discuss. So all the things syntaxes wise first focus it guys. So when coming to the multiple inheritance, check it here. The process of accessing the properties from multiple parent classes into a single child class. From the multiple parent classes into a single child class is called as a multiple inheritance. It means, check it guys, here one parent class there and here one more parent class is there. So here one child class is there. So from the both parent classes into single child class inheriting the properties. So that is called multiple inheritance. Okay. So from the multiple parent classes, A is one parent, B is one parent. From multiple parent classes into one single child, guys. So this is a multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance. Okay. So we'll do some program for this. So when it is coming to hierarchical, so from the one parent class into multiple child classes, deriving the properties, guys. This is called hierarchical, opposite of this one. From one parent class into multiple child classes, deriving the properties is called as hierarchical inheritance. From one child to from one parent to multiple childs. From multiple parents to single child is multiple. These two definitions important, guys. So when attending interview, so if people asking about this one, some people telling related to this. If asking hierarchical related to this telling, they are getting confusing. Properly, you have to remember it. Multiple, simply from multiple parents into single child. Hierarchical means single child into multiple, sorry, single parent into multiple child. Okay, hybrid. Hybrid is nothing but combination of all the inheritances. Two or more inheritances combination is called as hybrid inheritance. Okay, so check a definition for hierarchical. The process of accessing the properties from single parent class into multiple child classes is called as a hierarchical inheritance. Check it here. A is a separate one, parent one. So B of A, B is a child inheriting from A. C of A, C is also child inheriting from A only. Okay, this is the structure, guys. Okay, now these two things related will do practice. Click on this file. Oops. Okay, next create one more Python file. Right click, click on new, click on Python file. Here, multiple inheritance .py. So we can create here, guys. We can create here coding. So depending on the requirements, different programs we can execute, guys. Different programs related. So one student related, marks related, student marks related, and result related, we can do it. For example, one small class I'll create class student, one student class I'm creating. So here def get student and set student. First I want to set the student information, guys. Set student of self common student number and student name, student number, student name. Two parameters I'm using. Using them, instance variables I want to create. So next def get student. This is student marks I want to get. So using the print, I want to print as student number. Student number is student number is. So here self dot student number. Self parameter in another method also we can use. Student name is so and so name like you're getting. So using the student class is student data we are setting and the student data we are getting. Okay, na? So same like another class I want to create. For example, one marks related I want to create a so student marks related marks of so multiple inheritance. I want to maintain multiple. So here marks class different one like I'm maintaining. Student different, marks different. Later both can use in the result class. Okay. So now again here the set marks related. Set marks related. So M1 is mark 1, M2 is a mark 2 like that. I'm giving us. And then now here, so both instance variables I created. And next get marks. So get marks. This mark 1 and mark 2 created. I want to get it here. Okay. Separate. I want to print. Print simply mark 1 result. Mark 1 result is so and so. And next mark 2 result is mark 2 result. So here M2. getting the marks, getting the marks. See here, this is one separate parent having two methods, another parent having two methods, and I want to create one child, guys. I want to create one child now here. So that in that child, the two classes I want inherit. I want to inherit. Okay. For example, class. So I'm going to take a result inheriting from parent class student and another parent marks. Okay. So here I want to create another method. For example, here the marks related all total result I want to find is find total marks. Find total marks of self I'm using. So now here self dot total marks equal to self dot m1 plus self dot m2. These two merging and assigned to the total marks. Guys. And next here the def get total marks. And now here the print total marks. Total marks like I want to print guys. Total marks result or simply total marks. Self dot total marks like we are using. Okay. So now finally create object for the child class guys. Okay. So result object equal to result class with parenthesis. This is creating object for the child class guys. Assigned to this variable. Now result object dot set student data I'm going to set. For example, 101 is a student number 101 and 102 name. I mean student number 101 and student name. So here I'm going to use a Virat. Okay. So whenever I'm calling this function, guys, the student number, student name, sending to here. So using these two things, creating this variable, whenever we are calling those two things, printing. Okay. So next, result object dot set marks. So mark 180 and mark 290 like I'm using. Okay. And the result object dot find total marks. So because of that, total marks are finding here. Okay. So next, I want a print guys. Result object dot get student data and result object dot get marks related and get total marks related. Total marks related. Okay. So three I'm calling. So check it here. So in this result class, guys, separate methods I created child class method and a parent class related both methods set the student, get the student, and marks class related set the marks, get the marks. All I'm using here. Okay. So here, right click on here, then you'll get outputs. So student number, student name, and mark 1 result, mark 2 result, and total marks, this one, like you are getting guys. Okay. So from the multiple parent classes, one is student, one is mark, inheriting properties into the result child class. So this is what multiple inheritance related. Multiple inheritance. In one class, we can define the variables with some values. In another class, we can use those variables. So next, one hierarchical related one program enough guys here. Later, some other programs I'll let you know related to this example, multiple related. So this is right now multiple related, the hierarchical related one word. We'll do it. Hierarchical related one word. Okay, na? So here, hierarchical inheritance. Yes, this is the result you're getting. Execute, you'll get it. So now coming to the hierarchical. So from one class into multiple child, I said guys. So I want to create one example for this class sample one. Okay, sample one class. And inside this one method I want to create. Okay, for example, display method I will use display method. Display of some variables we can use here, or else static values we can use self dot x equal to something 10, and next self dot y equal to something 20 there. Okay, in this display method I have x and y related, or else here can use create related. I'm creating these two variables self dot x, self dot y, and next here only can call display related. So inside this print so x value is then self dot x I'm writing. Next y value is self dot y. So in this sample one, to creating variables and accessing related also I used guys. Next class two sample two of sample one from the parent only. Inheriting as into the sample two. So here one addition related I want to perform, for example, addition of. So here I want to print here message the addition of self dot x and and self dot y is is self dot x plus self dot y, like we can write it guys. Okay, so now here the x and y how you are getting means from this parent class you are inheriting into this child, and those variables we can use guys. Okay, so this is addition related. Here I performed in the sample 2 class addition related logic, and create one more class. Okay, did another one right class sample 3 of so here the required to import from sample 1 only. Okay? So from this class only inheriting to here also. And the next it now here subtraction or multiplication, whatever you want, you can take it as so multiplication, the multiplication related. And now here different the multiplication of x and y is self dot x plus self dot y, sorry, not plus, into self dot y. This is you are getting here. Okay, so in one class I created variable, those variables inside this sample 2, inside this sample 3, using means inheriting using this one guys. So now create object for sample 2 child class guys. And next s2 dot can I use the display method directly? Can I execute display method? What is the output here? Can I use the display method? Carefully think it. Am I going to get output? Display method value of x, value of y, x value, y value, am I going to get? Come on, give reply. So many are there in the class. Okay, now you can check it guys here. Now you can check it here. So what is output? Error you are getting attribute error. The sample2 class object has no attribute x. Sample2 class object has no attribute x. I'm calling display method using sample2 object. So coming to here and looking for display method not there. If not there, then moving to its parent class. So here available, then x value is and trying to print x here. So without executing this create method, we are unable to use this one. If we are calling this one, then creating x and y variable, then we can use them. That's why we got that error. Okay. So here s2 dot create method like we can call. So because of this create method going here and executing this one, two instance variables creating, those things we can access here. Okay. So now here x value, y value you are getting it. And next here only s2 dot addition like I'm calling. So because of that, this one executing. So because of this inheritance x and y values getting into the sample2 also guys. So that's why addition of 10 and 20 is 30 like you are getting. Same way, S3 object we can create sample3. Okay. So now here the S3 dot multiplication. Can I execute directly? Multiplication method. Multiplication method S3 dot multiplication. If I'm executing coming to here, so here no x, no y. We are getting problem. Now we are unable to call this one. Just we can call, but exception returning again attribute error. So y means if you want to use this multiplication, again you have to call this create method. Okay. So here you are calling using this sample2 you are calling, that is these two methods are available into sample2 only, not for sample3. Again in sample3 if we want to use so we have to execute the sample1 methods also. So here s3 dot create method whenever using, then memory is initializing these things. So now this x and y, self dot x, self dot y, we can use inside this multiplication. So now it is working as if you want bottom side multiplication of 10 and 20 is 200. Okay. So here only display related also if you want to display. So here the one print line gap I'm using. So this is a sample2 related, sample3 related. Okay, guys. So this is about the hierarchical inheritance from one parent into multiple childs. Okay. So now next some other examples we'll do practice, guys. Here super method related already in the last session I explained, guys. So super method related also knowledge important. Parent class related methods if we want execute in the child class, then using the super method we are calling as using the super method we are calling. Okay, so that point remember. The simply class sample1 last session I created like this. So one constructor I'm going to executing, constructor I'm going to executing as. So here init init method constructor I'm calling and just one print statement. And here this is a sample class constructor. This is okay, here the column missing. So sample one class constructor, sample one class constructor like I'm using this. Okay, single one done. And next another class I want to create one more class, guys. Okay. Class sample 2 inheriting from sample 1, and next here one more constructor I'm creating. Okay, so now here parent class related constructor also we can call using this one. And next print this is a sample2 class constructor like I'm creating. Okay now, and okay, now here create object this sample2. What is output you are getting? What is the output you are getting because of this sample2? So coming to this sample2 class, here constructor method is there going inside, and because of this super method identifying the parent class in this constructor method is there. So moving to here, this constructor executing first. So once this execution is completing, the next coming to the same line. Okay, so next line going to executing. So sample2 class constructor also executing. Okay, sample 1, sample 2 related. Got it, this one. And next here the create one method, def simply here the display method, something display method like I'm creating. So from this method also, guys, if we want, we can call from the normal methods also, we can call the parent method using the super related. Okay, using the super method, we can call it. And we have some other alternative also. For example, here super of current class. What is the class name, comma self parameter we can use. This is some other advantage. I mean other variation. So like also I'm calling, and here this is a sample to display method like I'm calling. So here s2 dot display method I'm calling. Okay. So now because of this first this parent constructor and the child constructor both executing. Next I'm calling display method coming to here. So again here see guys directly using super method I called. So this is another variation like this also we can call it. Super of current class name we are using. Current class related super class. Current class related super class representing because of this one. That is a sample 1. Sample 1 related constructor method. Okay. Now here sample 1 class constructor, sample 2 display method like getting. So this is also one variation, guys. So like also we can call it, but most of the times we are calling like this. Okay, na? Remember working with super method. Hope you are understanding about the super method functionality. Why we are using super method? It means parent class related methods if we want to execute in the child class methods. Inside the child class, if we want execute parent class methods. So here just print statement I used. If I'm using return statement, after executing parent class method, it returns some result to the child class methods. That result we can reuse inside the child class method as per the requirements. So for that reusability we can use. Okay. So here using the child class object, parent class properties we are calling. Inside the child class methods, if we want to call parent class methods using the super method, we are calling. That is the purpose of the super. Okay, na? So hybrid inheritance, sorry, multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance related programs we did, guys. Okay. the combination of all the types of inheritances, combination of all the types of inheritances are called as hybrid inheritance. It's a combination, guys. So, and here the one special technique there, the MRO technique, called as a method resolution order. Method resolution order is the order in which the methods should be inherited in the presence of multiple inheritance. When we are working with the multiple inheritance, okay, lot of confusions there is. I explained just some basic programs. Okay, na? So, is Python supporting multiple inheritance? Like asking question. Yes, Python supporting multiple inheritance. In some other languages, multiple inheritance not supporting. For supporting purpose, they are using different techniques, guys, different modules they are using, different packages they are using. Okay, so for example, Java old versions of multiple inheritance not supporting, later supporting, guys. Okay, we're using some other techniques there. So is Python supporting multiple inheritance or not? Asking. Yes, Python supporting multiple inheritance. Then if we are using multiple inheritance, guys, real time we are getting diamond problems sometimes. Diamond problems we are getting. Diamond problems means like this, diamond shape. Okay, like this there, guys. Okay. So here, for example, this is my child class. So I'm moving to here, moving to here. So next from here, this direction required to go okay, left direction, or this right direction have to go like that. Getting confusions, guys. That is making like calling like a diamond problem. So for example, you can see, guys, here I have one class, guys, here. One class I have. From this class, inheriting two classes. So this is which type of inheritance? This one, multiple or hierarchical? Which one? From one parent into multiple child, hierarchical. Okay. So next here I have one more class. So inheriting into this class, these two classes. So for example, this is the A class, guys. This A properties B accessing, guys. And next A properties C also accessing. B of A, C of A. Now here I have a D class, guys. I have a D class. So D properties, B class properties, C class properties, both are using by this D. Understand this one? So now if I'm creating one object for D class, guys, if I'm creating one object for D class, okay, like this, D equal to D class assumption. This is one object, D class object. So now here, inside the D class, if any method is there, D related method, directly we can execute. So I want to execute one method, guys, which name M1, for example. This is available in this B class also. This is available in this C class also. Okay, M1 method available in both the parent classes. So in this child class not available, then looking in these parent classes. Okay, so then in both parent classes there, which parent class method executing or both executing? This is a we need to understand. Okay, so B class related method executing or C class related method executing, that is main confusion point. Okay, na? So that's why to overcoming this problem, guys, to overcoming this problem, Python follows MRO technique. MRO technique. MRO means a method resolution order. Using this, Python deciding method execution order, in which class first executing, in which class next executing, like that. This MRO technique internally linear algorithm, L3 linear algorithm, like some internal technique there, guys. So don't worry about that one. Internally it uses that, and execution of classes related method execution of class behaviors, understanding automatically in which class related method first executing, next in which class method, like that. Simply methods execution order is finding automatically using MRO technique. So for this purpose, Python providing MRO method providing or double underscore MRO double underscore attribute also providing. So by using these two things, either MRO attribute or either MRO method, we can identify the method's execution order. So these attributes or methods where you are calling means always in the child class object you have to use. Child class object is what here d dot MRO method or d dot MRO attribute. Then execution order the showing automatically based on that you will understanding. So first in which class checking, next in which class checking like that. For our understanding purpose, Python internally it uses this MRO technique itself automatically identifying the classes for executing a particular method. Okay, so here when coming to this MRO guys, so first depth first depth first search algorithm using guys, depth first left to right, simply check it here, depth first depth first depth first and left to right left to right. Okay, this technique following MRO technique follows a depth first left to right. Okay, na? So it means first looking for this M1 method in which class? First in the depth class means bottom class. Okay, in the D class checking. If not available, then in its parent class checking. So now here the multiple parents there, B, C like that. Okay, so sometimes here instead of B comma C, instead of B comma C, if I'm using here, B comma, assumption is B comma A also we can use. So that M1 method is available in this A class also, for example. Okay, so depth first, left to right like that. For example, first you can check it this one, B comma A. First checking in the D class, if not available, next B class is there, parent. Moving to here. So in this B class checking I saw. Okay, so here if available, depth first I said, here if available, executing. Here if not available, then moving to its parent. So here available, executing. Here also if not available, every class, starting class, inheriting from object class. They're checking. They're also if not available, attribute they are going to returning. Okay, that is the depth first execution. First in D class, next in B class, next in A class like that checking. Okay, next left to right guys, depth first left to right. For example, here there are two classes inheritance is there, two class inheritances. Okay, so first checking in the B class guys, checking in the B class. So going to here if available executing this one M1 method, no problem. Assumption here not available. Here not available. M1 method available in C class also and in A class also. In all the classes there with a different implementation. Method name is same, implementation differently there. Okay. So now in B class not available, then it is checking in the C class or it is moving to A class. That is a big confusion. Okay, na? So depth to first, left to right, I said. After this level, next B and C there is a depth. Okay, next this is the top level. So in B class, if not available, it is not moving to the A class, coming to the C class. Here checking. Here also if not available, then moving to the parent class. Are you clear? This is the you need to understand carefully. In entire OOPS concept, this is the tricky concept. Diamond problem we are calling. How to overcoming the or else how to solving the diamond problem in Python, like asking by using MRO technique we can solve the diamond problem in Python like that. We can check it. We can tell it. So here guys, first in D class if not available checking in B class. Here if not available checking in A class, for example. Here also if not available then going to C class. Here if not available again coming to A class. So already if A class not available then only coming to here. Then one more time A class checking is the process wasting. So that's why they are not moving to the parent class directly. First checking in the B class, if available executing and stopping. If not available here, then coming to the C class. So next one, this one, left to right guys. So left side first which class is there, they're checking, and then right class. Okay. So if this order changing C comma B, then first checking in C, next checking in B like that. So here in B class not available, coming to here. In C class if available, executing. In C class also if not available, B coming to A only, C also coming to A only. Then going to here and checking here. Okay now, all of you? So carefully observe this one. And we'll do one program for that. We'll do one program for that. Class sample. This is the sample one I'm using. Okay, next def m1 method guys, and then print this is m1 method of sample1 class. So in the sample1 class available this one. Next coming to the sample2, now this is inheriting from sample1 guys, inheriting from sample1. Okay, and now here def m2 method, and this is m2 method of sample2 class, and next sample3 inheriting from sample1 only, m3 method, and this is m3 method of sample3 class. So now so far this is which type of inheritance? So same class into sample2 into sample3 inheriting from one class into multiple childs. Which type of inheritance is this one? Come on guys, which one? Multiple. Blindly you are following guys. Multiple I said from multiple parents into single child. From multiple childs into single child. Here what you did, what you are understanding here? From single parent into multiple childs means this direction I given, this diagram I given, this flow. This is belongs to hierarchical. From one parent to multiple child hierarchical. From multiple parents into single child, that is multiple. Madhusmita, you given multi-level. Only here, sample 1 into sample 2 I inherited. This is okay, single level inheritance. And this sample 3, if inheriting from sample 2, that is multi-level. Here, where is multi-level? No multi-level. Multi-level means at least one intermediate class required. For example, if it is derived class, child class, this should be inheriting from another child class. This is directly inheriting from base class. This is not a single level. This is not a multi-level. This is not a multiple. This is a hierarchical. Again, somebody given hybrid. Okay, so then you can consider hybrid, no problem. This one into here is there, and okay. Carefully observe guys, structures you have to be understanding. Okay, na? So next see here, this is a hierarchical guys, sample 1 into sample 2, sample 3. These are the two childs. Sample 2 is one child, sample 3 is one child. So sample 2 this one, sample 3 this one. Inheriting from which class? Sample 1. This is I did right now. Hierarchical inheritance. Next create one more. See so many faculties guys, they're not teaching MRO related. Okay, if they're trying to teaching a lot of students getting confusing, and finally they are thinking like okay, Python oops concept more horrible concept, or else faculty only not teaching properly. Okay, like that they're thinking. That's why simple examples giving. I given already today only. One is for multiple, one is for hierarchical. Simple examples. You are feeling like yes, understand. But when discussing real kind of things, flow structure, so a lot of confusion is there for multiple related especially. Now here, check it here, sample 4. Now here sample 2 and a sample 3 I'm using. Okay, next here I am calling, this is M3 M4 method of sample4 class. So now check it here. So this is a sample 1, guys. From this into sample 2 into sample 3, I inherited. This is a hierarchical inheritance. Okay. So next, what I did, this sample 2 and sample 3, both into sample 3 inheriting. Okay. So it means this is the sample 2, this sample 3. So here this is sample 4. I did this one. This one. Sample 1 into sample 2, sample 3 inheriting here. Sample 2, sample 3. Now into sample 4, from sample 2, sample 3. Means both are parents. These two are the parents to the sample 4. So now I created, this is the structure right now. Got it? And all are unique method there. Here M1 method there, here M2, here M3, here M4. So if I'm creating an object for this child class, last one, S4, sample 4. So if I'm calling M4 method, this one executing. If I'm calling M3, for example, so here checking, if not there, here checking, if available, executing. If I'm executing M1 execution. So finally that is available here. First checking here, not available, checking here, not available, checking here, not available, then checking here, available, like that. All are different unique methods, then no problem. Output we are getting. Okay. So sometimes, for example, check it. Sample 2 and sample 3, okay, both are the different classes inheriting from parent single. So inside this sample 2, for example, one new method, guys, assumption any one name, M5 assumption, here M5 I'm implementing. Same M5 method here also implementing. Okay, then which one executing? So that is you have to understanding. Okay, so I don't know, guys, which direction first executing, what is the order of the classes, like that. So then using MRO technique we can understanding. S4 equal to sample 4 class. I created object for the last child class. And next I want to immediately understanding execution order, method execution order. What is MRO? Like someone asking. Okay. So MRO stands for method resolution order, which is a technique in Python for understanding the methods execution order in a classes. Which class method executing, like that. S4 dot MRO, S4 dot, not the child object, guys. So not child object, directly child class name you can use. Child class name you can use, not object. Child class name is what here? Sample 4, sample 4, sample 4 dot MRO. This is the method. You can execute right now this one. Execution order you are getting. First, looking in which class, about the required method in sample 4 checking, sample 4 class. If here not available, okay. So first, if I'm executing any method, guys, for example here, S4 dot M1, I'm trying to executing. Okay. So first, about the M1 method, in which class checking means in sample 4 checking. So here not available. The next two parents there is. Which parent next? Sample 2. So going to this sample 2 class. Okay, here. So here the M1 is there or not checking, not there. Okay, then immediately it is not moving to its parent, sample 1. If moving to here, then here executing, no problem. But this is not moving to sample 1. After sample 2 completing, so it means here completing. Then checking in this one. Depth to first, left to right, I said. First checking this left, next checking this right class. So sample 3 class. Here also if not available, then moving to the sample 1. Here also if not available, default object class. Here also if not available, then return attribute error, so and so, M1 method not available, like that. This is the order. This is the order, guys. Okay, now? So now only M1, only one time only there. That's why M1 method of sample 1 class like you are getting. Okay. That same M1 method, the same M1 method I'm going to use in this class also. Okay, or else these methods I don't want to disturb, guys. So a new method I want to create, like a M5 guys, like a M5 I want to create. This is a M5 assumption guys, M5 method. So M5 method of, this is the which class? Sample2 class, sample2 class. And next here also, and this also I'm using. So same method again I implemented here, M5 method of sample3 class, this one. Okay now. So now execute. So first checking in sample4 not available. Then next thing in sample2 guys, checking in sample2. So here is available. Then this is we are expecting. Hmm. Somewhere I did mistake. Print. Where is? Okay, if you are clicking here, guys, directly moving to that location. Here the parenthesis missing. Okay, directly we can jump to like that. And now you can see here, this is M1 method of sample1 class. Okay, here I called only M1, that's why I calling. M5, I want M5. M5 method I'm calling. Now check it. M5 method of sample2 class. So in sample4 not there, next checking this left class. Okay, so here the sample M5 is there, that's why executing. Okay, assumption here, this is name changing, or else simply I'm commenting as this one. This method I'm commenting in the sample2. Then in sample2 not finding. If not finding, then next looking in where? Sample3. So in sample3, I have M5. So I'm expecting that. Check it here, M5 method of sample3 class. Sample3 class. Okay. Like this you are getting this. So here also if not available, then moving to this parent class. Okay. So here I'm creating sample5 method of sample1 class. Okay, here is there is. So now check it. M5 method of sample1 class. Okay, so all if you want, you can enable M5 method in sample1 is there, in sample2 is there, in sample3 also there. Then which one is output? What is output? Which class output? Which class output? Searching in first sample4. Here not there. Next checking in sample2. Again somebody given sample3. Not understanding? See guys, S4 representing sample4 guys. In that about M5 looking, not there here. Then next first class left to right I said, first in the left class, next in the right class like that. So immediately moving to this sample2, moving to this sample2. In this sample2, looking for M5. Okay, looking for M5. Here M2 is there, here M5 is there. Available. Then executing. Not moving to the sample sample3 class. Here only available. If not available, then coming to sample3 here executing. Hope you are understanding, my dear students. And you have to execute this one, you will understand execution order. So here MRO method we can use, or else MRO attribute we can use. Attribute like this double underscore MRO like we are writing. So here also you are getting same execution flow. Okay, now the same program I have to do change. Next execution, check it out. Hmm. So now check it guys carefully. Sample 1 is there, here M1 and M5 there. Sample 2, here also two method there, M2, M5 guys. M2, M5. Okay. So now here sample 3 is there. So here M3 is there, M5 is there. This is not inheriting from sample 1. Only this is inheriting from sample 1. Okay, na? This is separate independent class. So sample 2, sample 3, both are inheriting into sample 4. Here M5 not there. Okay. So now, if I'm executing this one, which output getting? First checking in sample 4, not there. Next, moving to this sample 2. So in this sample 2, this is available, guys. Okay, that's why we are expecting this. Okay, this execution I'm not going to executing right now. Check it, sample 2 class related, you're getting, this is a fine. We expected that as our expectation, we got it. So this is I'm commenting sample 2 class. So now in sample 2 class, not there M5 method. In sample 1 is there, and in sample 3 also there. Okay. Now